Hi, I'm Gus Jemmy, and today we're going to be heading down to South Texas to help eradicate some hogs. You might say to yourself, why do we need to eradicate hogs? There's a few factors that go into that. Number one is the population explosion of hogs throughout the country, and definitely down south. They do so much damage to these ranches. And when you consider that a hog can breed 3-4 months after it's born, and they can have multiple litters of piglets throughout the year. There's no set months, no set season. It can kind of give you a chance to put your head around the amount of hogs that are down there and how big this problem is. I met Michael a few years ago down in Texas on a hog hunt. I was hunting with the guys from HOG Hunt, and we were doing a helicopter hunt to eradicate the hogs on the Liberty Bell Ranch. One of the things about helicopters is that once you've run a ranch for a few days, the hogs become really smart, become nocturnal, they hide up in those swamps and they won't come out. And that's where Michael and his dogs came in. We get to run the hogs all night through the swamps, push them out of where they were holding up, and help to eliminate part of the problem that the hogs were causing on that ranch.
I started with hog dogs when I was about 8 years old with an old veteran that took me under his wing. Kind of a trouble kid back in the day, so he took me under his wing, kept me hunting, kept me out of trouble. We hunted day, night, didn't matter. And from there, I got my own pack of dogs. He passed away about when I was 16, and I took every dog he had and kept on going, and I still like to take young kids hunting today. I think it's important that we carry on with the tradition and generations coming up.
Ready? Cody? Hey, give me a sec.
So our second night out, the guys did a little scouting, got a good feel for the property, saw where there might be some hogs laying up. They had seen a big boar earlier in the day, got the dogs out, and I'd say within an hour, these dogs were on the trail. So we're standing out by the edge of this swamp, waiting for the dogs to get this hog bayed. Once they did, you start hearing it, they let those catch dogs go. I mean, that's when all the chaos starts, man. We're running through the swamp, trying to catch up to these dogs. I had some mixed feelings about stabbing a hog with a knife. It wasn't something where I needed to prove that I'm a badass or something like that. It didn't make that much of a difference to me how I killed a hog. But when I got there and seen that the only safe method to do this was with a knife. Look, it's for the dog's safety. There was no weapon I could have fired right then that I could have be totally assured that I wouldn't have hurt one of those dogs. Taking a hog down with the knife was definitely the safest and most humane way to do it. Well, it's funny how you meet people and you kind of hit it off and form a friendship. Well, Michael and I have stayed in touch since I hunted with him a few years ago. And this year he invited me to come down to his house and hunt with him on some of the ranches where he eradicates hogs. One of the cool things about staying in Mike's house is that I got to see his operation behind the scenes. He has his kennels at his house. I watch him work with his dogs. I see the love that he has for the dogs and the amount of effort he puts into his training. And the amazing thing is to see how these dogs respond to going hunting. I mean, you can't contain them. The dogs that didn't go with us every day were just jumping through those cages to get out. Now, these dogs were bred to hunt, and most people who don't hunt with dogs don't really understand it. This is a little dangerous, hunting hogs, yeah, it is. And it can put the dogs in danger. Michael protects them. He has special collars and special vests that he wears to protect the dogs. But there is an element of danger for the dogs. But when you watch these dogs and you see the ones that he doesn't take the day we go hunting, and you watch how they're freaking out in these cages, jumping up and down, really wanting to go, they can't wait to get after these hogs.
We're hunting in South Texas. The breed of dogs we're using today has adapted from hounds to Catahoulas to blackmouth curs. I personally now run Argentine Dogos from CDN's kennels out of Canada, bred by Wayne Dibley. And they've come down here to Texas and they've adapted to the territory very well. These dogs today that we breed, they live to hunt, they live to do what we want them to do. They would do it whether we want them to do it or not. They thrive on doing their job. They want to please you, they want to catch hogs. We're not just killing hogs for the fun of it, we're helping farmers, ranchers, in any way possible to keep these hogs under control. Last year we killed 360 plus hogs with just dogs. Obviously that's a lot more meat than one family can consume. Every piece of meat is donated to somebody that wants it, eats it, enjoys it. Not only are we helping ranchers and farmers, we're helping families that may want the meat or need the meat.
When we arrived, Michael told us the hogs really weren't coming to the feed during the daylight hours. So we decided to formulate a plan. We used a Tink's dominant boar and a sow and estrus scent bombs and put some scent drags out just to see if we can get these hogs moving during daylight hours. So putting these scent bombs out weren't that we were going to track the hogs and get the shot at the scent bomb, but to at least get these hogs moving, pushing their scent all throughout this ranch, making it easier for the dogs to track them. Well, the best time to hunt these hogs is in the morning. There's still dew on the plants and it really holds the scent. So the first morning we were out there, we released the dogs right around those scent bombs and where we had put those scent drags, and they were on the hogs. So I asked Mike on this hunt if it would be possible for me to try it with a bow. Not release the catch dogs, just the bay dogs, see if they could get the hog bait up and I could get a shot. One of the main things is not injuring the dogs. I can't stress that enough. Now, I shoot an 84-pound bow. My arrow's pretty much gonna go through that hog into the ground. So you have to be careful of any dog that's behind the hog so the arrow doesn't go through the hog into the dog. So the safety of the dogs was the most important thing, and that's what we were most concerned with. So we get in on this hog, the dog's got him cornered, I'm in on him, but there was no way I was gonna take a chance of injuring one of these dogs. If I didn't get a clean shot, I wasn't gonna take it. So a few times on this, I did draw my bow back. I thought I had a clean shot, but then when you're looking through, thinking about the brush, a dog would run in behind him and I just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. Look, I know I would have hit the hog, but I was also concerned about the dogs. Then we got this hog cornered in the brush, and we get the bright idea that I'm gonna run down this hedgerow, get out ahead of this hog, and head him off. Wasn't one of my brighter moves. I get out there, here comes this hog, we know he's coming. We can hear the dogs coming, so we know this hog is coming out of the bush. Next thing I know, the hog's coming right at me. One thing to consider when you're going down on a hog hunt like we are down in South Texas is how dangerous it can be. You're chasing the hogs into the thick brush, and they have some serious teeth on them. If you look at these, the way they work is the bottom cutters rub against the top, and it just keeps them razor sharp. It's pretty amazing how it works. And then the fact that a hog has a shield around its shoulders, and you can't penetrate it with an arrow. So that hog has got an amazing defense when it's coming at you in the bush, and could make for a pretty dangerous situation. Hey guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave those comments. We really appreciate the input.